So these are my 5 people. Okay, so today I shall recant the tale of a great horror. It has all the makings of a perfect Hollywood movie, love, murder, and a bit of history, which is why
Elizabeth Bathory was the inspiration, one of the inspirations for Dracula. Elizabeth was born into one of the oldest and most wealthiest families in Hungary in 1560. And back then, money was power, so she had many wealthy family members and friends, including the Prime Minister, who was her cousin. The King of Poland was one of her relatives, and she was with a cardinal and a princess. So, just to explain how much power she really had, and she could go with whatever she wanted to do. She met at the age of 15 to Frick, not his date. They lived in Castle Chateau. Her husband spent most of his time in the army, doing army stuff, fighting, and eventually died in that. It took them 10 years to have their first child because away so often, but then they ended up having children total. About 1600, her torturing of young maids was very minimal. She did it mostly to relieve her because her husband on it. She hated her mother-in-law. When she was 40, her husband died, and that's the whole horror kind of man of she did. Prior to this year, she kind of got around a little bit in stores and rituals with the animal. She feared most growing old and losing and beef. So, I might add, how in the early 1600s you maintain the laws use of plastic surgery? Well, she had the most logical here. She came up with an idea to steal from young girls. Story goes, one day her young maid was brushing her hair. She accidentally cut hair, so she hit her hand, and drew blood fell on Elizabeth's hand, and looked at it and realized how youthful her hand after the young blood dropped on it. She immediately ordered her nurse to kill the girl, drain her blood into a vat, and take a bath in it. She continued murder and days in this fashion. Even had the prostitute pastor bring the girl the proper way, and he got to question why these girls were mysteriously had the dying, so she ended up dumping them in wheels and was at the kitchen vegetable back and behind the castle. And she was because she tried to be pastor's daughter, would be mostly just murdering Slovak peasants, which nobody really cared about. She got away until she went after one of her own high society, and she was caught for because she escaped. He ordered her cousin, who was the governor of the province, to raid the camp on November 30th of 610. Among the things were a girl laying in the living room, many more girls downstairs ready to be murdered, and a minimum of 2 bodies were exhumed underneath the camp. During the trial, they found the girls were tortured with scissors, hurt pins, and burned irons, putting them onto sticks when they up in high cages, and Elizabeth stand underneath and have a bloodshed of a bed. It was all that she would eat some of the girls' flesh to try and take in the youth. In diary, she documented over 600 murdered young girls. So in the end, every servant assisted, but were beheaded, and the most involved in a fingernail job thrown into the it was illegal for her to death, so Walter into her bedroom and closed doors out each of them who would get south of their life, which that.
And so I wanted to get set her B54, so he's like a look into the old hole.
Lying face down. And then there's